are you? My name is Yeshica Aprilia and I come from English Literature Department of Win Maliki Malang. And now I would like to analyze about the story of Robin Hood by James Baldwin. So enjoy this video. The first is the important plot. In the first plot is the exposition. In this story, the first exposition when the author is explaining about when there is a rude king, two kings in some kingdom, and there is some people or some communities with the leader of Robin Hood who lives in woods. They live there because they are out of law and try to save their life by hiding in the woods. From that story, we know that Robin Hood is like to help the poor people, but help with robbing rich people in the city. And the rising action is when the Robin Hood is looking at the man who passed his way in when Robin Hood is above the tree. Robin Hood know the man would use the red coat, but Robin Hood don't want to trouble him because Robin Hood thinks that the man wants to go into his way to his wedding. And the climax is, unfortunately, the man say pass the road again and say that actually he cancelled to marry with her bride because the bride is going to marry with the old man. And the following action is when the Robin Hood want to help the man. The man is the name is Ali Adelan. And help the man to cancel the wedding between her bride and the old man in the church. So, and the ending is when the bride and Ali Adele is going to marry in that church, and Robin Hood is success to cancel the wedding between the bride and the old man. The next is the point of view. The point of view here is the third person who knows everything. Why? Because we know from the story, with the author telling about the story is the third person. Why? Because the third person because the author is called tell the story by the name of the character, not use the subject I, but use the subject the name of the character like Robin Hood, he, and the Aladdin, the king, and others. That's why the point of view is the third person who knows everything. The next is the themes. The theme is justice of love. Why? Because we know that in this story there is a man who fight for her love, for her bride who want to marry him, like that. The next is the symbols. The symbols here is a ring. The first symbol is a ring. From the story, Alin Adrian said that he has nothing at all, but he only has the ring. It means that he only has love for his bride and it's precious for him. The second symbol is green. This is symbolizing of hope, of a new life. We know that Robin Hood is living in woods, which it has a purpose to save his life from the king because he's just out of law. So the green one is means the hope of a new life. The next is setting. Setting place is woods. And the second woods, we know that Robin Hood lives in woods. And the second is in a church. We know that the wedding is held in a church. Second is social inequality. We know that there is an inequality in the story, the economic, between the poor and the rich people. And the third time is afternoon, and the next is conflict. Conflict is the man versus society. We know that the man society is the people in the city who want to grab them, like because they live in woods because out of law, and robbing the rich people in the city and help the poor people in uh, in the next is character names and traits. The first character, the main character is Robin Hood, and the trait is brave. We know why brave, because Robin Hood is a robber and he's a brave to against the king by outlaw and going to the woods. The second is rude. Why? Because from the story is directly explained that Robin Hood is rude and like to help the poor people. The second, Alin Adil, loyal. Why? Because we know that from the story, although his bride is going to marry with an old man, Alin Adil still want to fight for her and help the bride to cancel the wedding who the girl don't want to. And the second is responsible. Why? Because Alin Adil responsible. He wants to be a servant from Robin Hood. It means that's why Alin Adil is responsible. The next is literally of elements. The first element is simile. He seemed to be as happy as the day. In simile, character has the word as happy as they, or use word like. And the second is metaphor. The leader was a bold fellow called Robin Hood. The third is hyperbole. It means that the example here is my heart is broken. The second, the best in the North Country. The next is formulate opinions. I agree with author because of two things. It's absolutely nice of someone fight for someone they loved. The second, something that Robin Hood did, such as helping the poor people and defending his kindness, although I disagree with his way of helping. We know that fight for someone we love is right decision. It's okay if you want to fight for someone you love, like your family, your friends, or your partner, but in the right way. And the second is help the poor people. This is kindness, right? And I agree with this thing. And the last is my connection to anything. In my opinion, this story relates with the real life. It's commonly happen in society when someone fights for people they loved and defend them. We know in a real life there are so many people who want to do anything for someone that they love, like their family or their husband, their girlfriend or boyfriend, or we can call this bucin, right, in bahasa. Yeah, it has a connection with the real life. This is a real in a real life that ever happened. And another helping Asian is helping the poor people. We know that in real life there are so many kind people who want to help the poor people, like from the material or education or from the health, from like in this COVID-19 disease, that there are so many people who make a crowdfunding to help the government to pass this disease. Yeah, that's kind of helping the poor people in real life. Thank you. That's all from me. That's all my explanation, analysis uh, about this subject, basic analysis of English prose. Hope you enjoy my explanation in this video. Thank you.